What's up everyone? Today we will be beating Bazaar on Impoppable, and we are going to start off with the new hero Admiral Brickle and our free Dart Monkey. Admiral Brickle is amazing on this map, especially if you place her all the way to the left on the top canal, because she can shoot just under the trees to be able to attack at 2 spots on the top path. And then we are going to upgrade our Dart Monkey into a 0-3-0 as quickly as possible. If you couldn't tell already, we are going to play a very water-based game this run, and really focused around the new hero. Her abilities, combined with the buffs to subs and Buccaneers, make for a strong water monkey meta, so we are going to place a submarine next to our hero and get it to a 2-0-2 as quickly as possible. And we will quickly upgrade our Dart Monkey into a 0-3-2 in order to deal with the round 24 camo balloon. Next, we will go with the Buccaneer in the bottom right. This will give our submarines great vision later on, but for now, we are going to upgrade him into a 0-2-0 to deal with the leads, and then a 0-2-3 for camo detection and extra money generation. Now we will place another 2-0-2 submarine to the right of the old submarine, and then after that get another 0-2-3 Buccaneer to give us even more money generation as well as more camo detection across the map that our submarines will really take advantage of later on in this run. The nice thing about this map is that even though there are tons of obstacles that block sight lines for our submarines, there are tiny gaps that they can actually see through, and since their projectiles curve, they actually get quite a long time of attacking mobs and large groups of balloons, so it's actually not too bad. I actually think it's a really good map for a submarine strategy. But moving on, we are going to get two more 2-0-2 submarines. I don't know why I didn't upgrade them into 2-0-3s, it just completely slipped my mind, but it worked out fine in the run, so I guess I suggest you guys do the same thing. But after that, we are going to place down a Buccaneer just on top of our hero and upgrade it into a 2-2-0 as quickly as we can. While upgrading the Buccaneer, you should also remove the top left tree obstacle, just so that our submarines and boats get plenty of vision up in that corner. We already have the bottom path pretty covered with our Buccaneers down there, so removing this obstacle will give the top path the coverage that we need. But after this, we're going to place down a 2-3-0 monkey bank to give us even more money generation that'll help us complete this run, and then we'll use that money to place another bank down in the bottom left. Now, I recommend you place these banks where I did, just so that the submarines can attack basically the entire map. One thing is, the balloons did get pretty far, and I was neglecting to use abilities because I was collecting money from the banks. So in the rounds around 40, just make sure that you're placing down mines and using the hero's abilities. But as you can see, it wasn't necessary, it would just help you guys out during this run. One tip that I figured out after I completed this on Impoppable is that the mines do hit MOB class balloons only, so you actually want to place the mines early on in the track so that they pop the MOBs early. I was placing them late to try to be like a last defense sort of thing, but I definitely recommend putting them early just to get through that hard layer first. But as you can see, I finally remembered to upgrade all the submarines into 2-0-3s, so they have the extra popping power, and then we're also going to upgrade our Buccaneer into a 4-2-0. One thing in this run is I completely butchered collecting the banks on time, so you guys should have even more money than I did, and we still beat the run pretty easily. So just follow this guide and you'll be totally fine. But after this, we are going to place down a monkey village where the trees used to be and upgrade it into a 2-2-0. But this extra attack speed and camo detection will give us plenty of popping power to be able to save up for the big towers that we want later on in this run. Now that we have 30k, we are going to upgrade our Buccaneer into a 5-2-0 flagship carrier, and this thing is a beast, especially after the buffs that we just got in version 18.0. And this thing will be our main damage dealer for the rest of the run. But after this, we're going to upgrade our monkey village into a 2-3-0 just to make sure that all of our towers can pop any type of balloon. And then, funny thing is, we're going to put an alchemist on the flagship carrier so that it will be able to buff all the submarines easily. But I really wanted to test out this new flagship carrier because of all the buffs it got, and I wanted to see just how good the anti-mob missiles were on the planes. And I have to say, they were solid, and big fan of this upgrade. And then also I wanted to see how good Admiral Brickle's first ability was when combined with the planes, and it was solid. It definitely took care of business later on in this run. And I can see that this is how you would deal with water-based maps like Spice Islands or this map Bazaar. Definitely a good strategy, and I will be using it going forward. But the alchemist that we put on top, we are going to upgrade it into a 402, just so that it can buff a bunch of our submarines all the time. And then we are going to save up and upgrade one of our middle submarines into a 205 submarine commander. Now that we have our sub-commander, I'm just going to squeeze in as many submarines as possible and get them to 203s. One thing is, try to get as many as possible inside the range of the monkey village, just so that they get the buffs from that. But just try to squeeze a bunch of them up top. They'll get all the buffs from the hero, the submarine commander, and the flagship carrier, so the more you can fit, the better, because these things will be super strong, on top of the submarine already being a solid tower. Now that we squeezed a ton of submarines in there, we are going to upgrade our alchemist into a 502 perma-brew alchemist. This is just because there are so many towers that it's trying to buff that we aren't really getting it on our best ones, unfortunately. But since we have two banks and the Buccaneer is down bottom, we should get the money in time. probably around round 95. But one power spike that we're about to hit is level 20 on our hero, and then the mines get super good. As you can see, I will start placing them near the front of each round, and they can like take out ZOMGs. They're crazy strong. So definitely recommend you put them towards the front. They can take out large mob class balloons, and it really makes each round a lot easier since the cooldown is so low. Here, I just checked the map and I collected the bangs and sold them so that we can get perma-brew on this round. I don't really think it was needed this second, I just wanted it so that we can have a bunch of towers buffed forever for the last few rounds. But then I didn't really know what to spend the rest of my money on, so I just upgraded all the subs to do 0-4s. I don't think it was necessary at all, but I figured they already get so many buffs on them, might as well upgrade the things that are already strong, you know, try to get the most bang for your buck, since they have like 4 passive buffs on them already, as well as they also get the active buff with the hero. So, not sure if it was necessary, but it definitely worked. So, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope this Impoppable